included.
Forecast, let's bring in weather specialist Noor Rafat.
Hey, thanks very much, Matthew. Well, there really wasn't a place to go today in order to escape the cloud cover. You can see it was quite persistent across the map, and I'm going to sound like a broken record saying this, but it wasn't the cloud cover that was starting to fade here on this map. It's the sun that's starting to set, and with it, our visibility on the visible satellite. Now, if there was a place that you wanted to go that was warmer, you probably headed into southwestern Ontario. That's where we're seeing the double digits still into at this hour, and those double digits actually extended into Toronto earlier today. A high of 10 degrees. Since then, a tad bit cooler. Can't say the same for our friends up to the east and a tad bit to the north, although it is still mild when it comes to what we should be seeing during this time of year. And that will be the case into the overnight as well. Temperatures remaining above the freezing mark for much of us across the map, and this is a trend that we've been seeing the past few days, and it will extend into the coming week as well. We'll talk more about that in the full forecast. We've been seeing the rain steadily move in across the afternoon, and that will be the case into the overnight as well. More of those showers rolling into the GTH, Niagara Falls, around Cobourg and into Tweed and Kingston. The good news is by tomorrow this system is going to make way for clearer conditions, so that sunshine that we've been missing so much will make its way, especially into southwestern Ontario, parts of southern Ontario. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for areas like Bancroft and Ottawa, potentially Cornwall. They may see the clearer breaks after the sun sets. Now, for Toronto specifically, it's going to be a whole lot of sunshine in the morning, clouding over as we head into the afternoon. But how about a high of 13 degrees to start the work week? That's definitely well above average. Matt?
Thanks, Noor. The streets of East Toronto. And time now for a look at your full forecast. Here's weather specialist Noor Rafat. And Noor, you know, I took out the shovel the other day. It's around that time of year, and I'm just wondering, when am I going to have to use it?
Yeah, I think for many people, they've already had the shovels out and will continue to need those shovels in the coming days. Those that haven't seen snow, of course, are thinking about it. That's normal during November. We do think about snow. Let's see how your forecast is shaping up. Well, you can see just by looking at this chart, don't think we have the threat of snow anywhere in Toronto tomorrow. How about 13 degrees for a high, though? That's quite incredible. And we're going to enjoy some sunshine since the early morning, starting to cloud over just a little bit by the afternoon, but really nothing that will ruin your day. Do expect a bit of a breeze from the north, so still potentially a light layer needed, especially into those early morning hours. Now, we are seeing some changes across the map that we didn't see yesterday. Still a lot of that mild air around the Great Lakes, but it's extending now into parts of the prairies. A high of 6 in Saskatoon, 9 in Calgary. It was -2 over there in Saskatoon just yesterday. That is where we're going to be seeing some more of that snow. So there's a winter storm preparing to move into Saskatchewan and Manitoba come tomorrow and into Tuesday, and a whole lot more also headed towards BC. They're going to be looking at moisture from the Pacific, making way for accumulations when it comes to snow. Some mountainous regions could be seeing potentially 90 to 100 centimeters, some models show. Make sure you check on your friends that are over here as well. 20 to 30, if not upwards of 50 centimeters of snow for some areas by the middle of the week. You're telling me, why are you saying this, lady? I don't live over there. I live over here. Well, it's that system that'll bring snow to parts of the prairies that'll eventually bring rain to this side of the country. So some of these showers that we're going to be seeing later on in the week through that same system, although it will be more wet than icy on this side of the map. So let's take a closer look. Here we are seeing that clearing by tomorrow. Things get brighter as the afternoon progresses in southwestern Ontario, parts of the south, and as we head into your Tuesday, that's when we'll start to cloud over. Still fairly dry for the start of the day, and then we'll see that rain roll into southern Ontario around the afternoon hours. Eastern parts of the province could remain dry for the rest of Tuesday, and they potentially could start seeing those showers roll in Wednesday morning. So none of this is going to be any huge accumulation. It's nothing that we haven't dealt with before. It won't ruin your day, but do expect that if you're not seeing rain, you're potentially seeing or probably seeing persistent cloud cover Tuesday and into Wednesday, and some windy conditions as well, especially heading into Tuesday. 8 degrees by Tuesday in Toronto. That cloud cover rolls in, and persistent around Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with those showers as well. The start of your weekend also cloudy, some slivers of sunshine that I won't promise will show up on Sunday, but there is a chance. A high of 6 to end off the week.
Get the forecast. Let's bring in weather specialist Noor Rafat.
Hey, thanks very much, Matthew. I'd like to bring in the Toronto skyline really every forecast, but especially today to counter all the gloomy skies that we had earlier in the day. And that cloud cover continues in Toronto. 9 degrees just now outside your Toronto airport. The cloud cover was persistent across the map, really from southwestern Ontario all the way to the east and pushing north as well. If you were wondering, though, where some of the warmest temperatures were, it was in southwestern Ontario. 12 in Chatham and Windsor as well. Those double digits extending in Toronto, Tobermory, but cooler as you head towards the east and still well above average for everybody. That's the case as we head into the overnight as well. You can see +2 in Timmins. Not normal at all during this time of year, but I think some people who enjoy the warmth aren't really complaining all too much. We are still going to see that rain all around us heading into the next few hours. It's going to continue to track to the south, bringing some more of those showers into the overnight hours for communities around Lake Ontario, Niagara Falls, Kingston, as an example, and in Toronto as well. The good news is, though, as the system moves out, we're going to start to see clearer skies as the day progresses. So that sunshine that we've been missing so much will be back on Monday. Southwestern Ontario, parts of southern Ontario, but the more you head east, our friends in Bancroft, Ottawa, and to Cornwall will potentially see some clearer breaks in those clouds, maybe after the sun sets. Enjoy that sunshine while you can in Toronto. We're going to start to cloud over ever so slowly as we head into the late afternoon. How about a high of 13 degrees to start off the week? Matt?
Thanks, Noor. The streets of East Toronto were alive with the It's time now for a look at your full forecast. Weather specialist Noor Rafat is back with us. And Noor, we were grousing a little bit about the temperatures. Is there anything to look forward to coming up?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, I think, for people in the prairies. They're going to look forward to potentially plummeting temperatures, which is not a lot to look forward to.
Looking forward.
Yes. Other parts of central Canada to the east, though, sticking with mild temperatures for the next little while. Well, how about a high of 13 degrees tomorrow to start off your work week? Toronto will see spectacular conditions, especially with that sunshine that we've been yearning for quite so long. We're going to see cloud cover roll in into the afternoon. Nothing that will ruin your day, though. We are looking at some more themes across the country, the common denominator being the mild air. And here we are looking to see that around the Great Lakes yet again, the double digits extending into Montreal tomorrow. Parts of Atlantic Canada will also see these double digits, a high potentially of 10 degrees in St. John's. You can see the colder air starting to usher into Alberta by tomorrow, and soon enough it will be in Saskatchewan and Manitoba. We're starting to see a setup of a massive winter storm that will dump potentially more than 30, if not 50 millimeters or centimeters rather of snow into parts of Saskatchewan and Manitoba as it continues to push through those regions Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday. And you're probably telling me, why are you telling me this, lady? I don't live in the prairies. Well, it's that same system that'll dump snow in Manitoba, especially, that will bring rain towards this side of the country. And in Ontario specifically, we're going to see that rain roll in on Tuesday. So once again, a spectacular Monday for much of us in southern Ontario and pushing towards the southwest, cloudier to the east. By Tuesday morning, we're going to start to see that rain in southwestern Ontario. And as the afternoon rolls in, that rain rolls into the GTHA. Eastern Ontario could be looking at dry conditions until Wednesday rolls around, and that's when they're going to see some of those showers roll through. It really won't be anything significant for the most part. We are looking at barely any accumulations and looking to stay under mild temperatures for the next couple of days. We will start to see things get a tad bit cooler as we head into the weekend, but still not really worried too much in Toronto, at least, about any sign of snow. There could be some mixed precipitation heading into parts of southern Ontario on Thursday. It's still very premature, but it might happen. Again, it won't be anything too crazy as we head towards the end of the week. As I mentioned, cooler temperatures below average, high of 5 degrees. Looks like at least we'll get a break from that rain on Sunday.